We're live on X, YouTube, Rumble, about to be live on Rockfin shortly, joined by Ian Covell. I'm Brad Binkley. This is the Propaganda Report. Today we're going to be talking about Grift versus Grift, why Kamala instead of Michelle, and then at the end of the show we're going to be joined by fan favorite Reginald, the progressive, is going to come on the show and talk to us about what's going on through his progressive perspective. Ian, hopefully you'll be able to stick around.
I haven't seen. I always miss Reginald, so it'd be great.
Yeah,
if
it's
I
unfortunate because I think you would enjoy
talking
to him. So let's dive in today. The top story in the mainstream news all day has, for some reason, been Laura Loomer, who, while she's been right on certain things, is a huge grifter. And I'm sure that she's absolutely thrilled about being in the headlines of CNN and all the panel discussions. You can't get away from Laura Loomer today in the news, which is unfortunate. But the context of the story is that apparently Loomer accompanied Trump on a flight up to the debate in which she egged him on to stray from his main talking points, like his other advisors told him to stick to, and encouraged him to talk about things like Haitians eating people's pets in Ohio. Now, I have no idea if any of that is true or if she has any influence on Trump at all, but she was apparently on the plane. Mm-hmm. I will say this, though. I don't know what's going on in Ohio, but what I do know is that the reason CNN is talking about Laura Loomer is to try and discredit and prevent people from looking in to the Ohio dog and cat eating story. That's why they are attaching it to Loomer and then saying Trump got it from her, because Loomer is easily discredited with a lot of things she's claimed in the past. Go ahead.
The most evidence they've been able to find of anything like this is there was a 911 call. I don't know if you listened to it or not, but there is a 911 call of a local who was riding his bike through the park, and he saw 4 Haitians, and this is a month or so old. He saw 4 Haitians grab geese from the lake and snatch them and take them to their truck and drive away. Probably, I would imagine.
So they might not have been eating them. They might have just been having sex with them.
Maybe they're starting a petting zoo. Maybe it's a Haitian petting zoo.
That's an alternative. You got to consider the alternative conspiracy. They're entrepreneurs.
Yeah. I mean, these people are coming over, and, we're fixing all their problems just because they move here. All their country's problems are fixed because they move here. We know this.
All the old behaviors that they engaged in over there immediately stop, and they immediately behave like Western.
They're like, hey, I'm an American now. I pledge allegiance.
Let me get a latte.
Yeah.
From Starbucks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, the fact that they are working so hard to discredit it and prevent people from looking into it using Laura Loomer makes me think that there is something worth looking into. And I have gotten a number of messages on Twitter since I posted that earlier, about an hour ago. And so I haven't got to look to them yet, but they've said there's a couple of people reporting from the ground on there about some stuff going on that they're not talking about. So I am going to look into that. Have you seen some of that?
Hopefully it's different than what I've seen. What I've seen is not convincing reporting.
Right.
I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, like most of Laura Loomer's. What Laura Loomer does is Laura Loomer's one of these people who claims everything. Mm-hmm. So she's right. When you claim everything and you're right about one thing, you go back and delete all the other posts about where you claim everything, and it looks like you're just right about the one thing. So yeah, I'll look into it too. But
either way, I think the bigger thing about this is now people are talking about the fact, not just that they're eating cats and dogs, but what's the number of immigrants that have been moved there?
I don't know. It's a lot.
20,000. Yeah, 20,000. So 20,000, and that's what people are.
That's the bigger issue.
About. That's the bigger issue, and then that's what we're talking.
And
about.
that's the overall message, right?
Which
is that, and the cultural clash, as we just referenced, that comes with that.
I
watched a video of a young Haitian woman whose family came over here years ago, and she was talking about how back in Haiti
with her dad.
Yes, did you see that?
I saw that one.
Yes, how that they eat cats and dogs because they don't have easy access to food like we do. And so the plausibility of bringing people here and you have that cultural clash, and they don't set them up in nice apartments always. Maybe sometimes they do. But they might just leave some of them out to dry, and if they're in a survive situation, then they might go grab a few ducks and start a petting zoo.
Sure. Yeah, we got to get a petting zoo going.
But it's that overall message, you're right, that the media ignores that is the real issue.
It makes me want to say, part of me goes, is that Trump's game? Look, the guy, only reason I say that is because of his history as a marketer and a brander. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to give him that much credit. I think he came out and said something shocking because it's super fun to say.
Right. Or because he's brainwashed by Laura Loomer, as the media would have people believe, which I find it ironic the way they were framing Laura Loomer during all this reporting on her. They could have just called her a grifter and shown examples of grifting, which would have been accurate. But instead, they described her like this. They called her a 9/11 truther, and they said stuff like, Trump is associated with Laura Loomer, someone who had promoted 9/11 conspiracy theories, as though that's some sort of smear, and as though just a month ago or less, one of the biggest 9/11 conspiracy theorists out there, most prominent anyway, Jesse the Body Ventura, came out and endorsed Kamala Harris for president.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
And they're acting like it's only on, never mind the fact that there are questions about 9/11, many, many questions about 9/11, but also the fact that the biggest truther is supporting the other candidate, not Trump. And so, in fact, here's and another little twist on this whole story is Laura Loomer. You can even see the grift in the tweet. It's grifts on all sides. Can you see that?
Let me see.
Is it hard to see? Make it a little bit bigger.
No, I got it. Yep.
So Laura Loomer tweeted earlier, seemingly refuting what CNN said, saying CNN just sent this notification out to everyone who subscribes to them. And then she attached the notification. I'm going to tell you what she said first, and I'll tell you what the actual thing that CNN said was. She said, I'm not a 9/11 denier. Everyone knows Islamic terrorists on visas carried out the 9/11 terror attacks. It was Kamala Harris and Joe Biden who negotiated a plea deal with the 9/11 masterminds, not me. And then you look at the image that she screenshotted and included here from that CNN sent out, and it said Laura Loomer, a far-right provocateur who spread 9/11 conspiracy theory, influencing Trump as he searches for a message. So in CNN's defense, they didn't say that Laura Loomer was a 9/11 denier. They said she was a 9/11 conspiracy. She spread 9/11 conspiracy theory. And Laura Loomer, she refutes a straw man because she knows that many of her followers, they might say, oh, so you believe the main story about 9/11? She'll go, no, I never said that. I said I'm not a 9/11 denier. Of course it happened, but it was an inside job, while also saying that she's refuting CNN here because she still would identify as a conspiracy theorist, so she has to say that CNN called her something they didn't call her. So you have grift versus grift here, and when you have grift versus grift, who wins? The grifter wins. Laura Loomer, no doubt, is very excited to be the main. This is probably like her dream come true, to be featured on CNN all day.
Yeah, she's like, what's the dude from 2020? What was the gay guy that was a real provocateur? Why can't I?
The guy turned straight.
Yes,
Milo.
She's kind of like a Milo. She's just doing the same kind of thing. Going to say these outrageous things. Going to argue against straw men. And when Milo actually went on a couple of long form podcasts, simultaneously his popularity waned. Like he went on Rogan, and it was such a letdown because that guy doesn't have 3 hours worth of substance to fill.
You can only say shocking things for so long.
Yeah.
Without any substance to it or anything. Yeah. And so then he disappeared. He fell off for a little while. And then he came back as a straight guy. And now he's picking him and straight Christian. He went to camp, and he went to Mike Pence's camp. Mike Pence, shook some he banged some straightness into him. Yeah. And now what's the guy's name? He's Nick Fuentes. He's like trying to do a feud with Nick Fuentes. I don't know. Right. Nick Fuentes is very funny, honestly, if you've ever watched him. I know people call him anti-Semite, whatever, but he's pretty funny. He's a good troll. I'm
not
super
that. Familiar with him. I mean, I know who he is, but I'm not really familiar.
He's good at trolling. There's no doubt about that. And that's another person they like to associate Trump with. They like to say Trump had dinner with Nick Fuentes, because Kanye West brought him. Yeah. And I think he was like working with Kanye West at a time.
Yeah,
at
he
the time.
didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Kanye
all.
was
I mean,
bringing
it's all
a guest.
grifting. It's I mean, most of the attention that people get is from some sort of grifting, one way or another. And politics is full of grifters. It's one of the best grifts you can get into. So that's what tends to happen here. Okay, so briefly, I want to talk about why Kamala Harris is a candidate instead of Michelle Obama, who is very clearly better at doing this than Kamala. She's better at speaking. She commands attention better. She has better charisma. She doesn't seem to be drunk and on Ambien all the time. And she seems capable of actually reacting in ways that aren't just scripted talking points, which has led many people to think that they would replace Kamala with Michelle O. Some people were predicting Michelle O would fumble just like Biden did, then they'd bring in Michelle O, and she'd swing her big D around. Didn't happen. And
There's no way that Obama's going to let himself be first man, first
well,
gentleman,
perhaps,
whatever they call it.
perhaps,
No fucking way.
Yeah, perhaps. I think of the many reasons. Yeah, go ahead.
I honestly think Michelle Obama looks good on paper. As soon as she became a reality, she'd fall apart. I don't think that people are going to go for the dynasty thing anymore after Bush. There's too many people who remember Bush.
Yeah.
There's too many people who remember that. We don't want Bushes. We don't want Clinton. I mean, that's one of the reasons Hillary Clinton got punished is because we don't want these
Michelle
legacy.
O doesn't have a bush. She's got a dick.
Right. Obama's got the bush.
Right, he's got the bush down there.
My bush.
Yeah, that could very well be what it is. I think that it has a lot to do with the Divine Nine, the Black Freemasons. That is a box that Kamala checks off, and we have seen the openness at which people associated with this, even on CNN, are talking about.
So
how
Obama has no connection with
no
the
connection
Divine
to
Nine?
that. No connection to that. And so I found
He's just a regular white.
just a regular half white guy.
Yeah.
Not half Indian,
Just half
and
white.
half whatever the rest of Kamala is. He's just half brown. And on the campaign page, I thought this was interesting for Kamala, the 2024 Kamala Harris Wikipedia campaign page. It lists a checkbox of reasons, kind of, that I think, let me find it here, that she qualified, that she will accomplish, that Michelle Obama would not accomplish. And here it is on the page. It says, let me put it up on screen here. There you go. First and related events in U.S. history for Harris Walsh. I'll just go down the list real quick. Harris is the first woman of color to be nominated for president by a major party following Hillary Clinton. So that Michelle would also qualify there. Then by securing the official Democrat nomination 15 days after announcing her campaign, Harris' campaign for the Democrat nomination is the shortest running successful campaign for the presidency in either major party. So that is something Michelle could have potentially qualified for. Okay. If elected, she would become the first female. Yeah, check that one. If elected, she would be the first Asian American president of U.S. Can't give Michelle that one. If president, she would be the first president in an interracial marriage. So that is one step above Michelle Obama right there. And here's another one that Michelle O doesn't qualify for. If Kamala becomes president, she will be the first president to have a Jewish spouse. Can't give Michelle O that box to check. And then it says...
It's so important. These are
all very important
things.
These are all reasons to vote. This list is why you should vote for her. She would be elected president. Should she be elected president, Harris will become the first president to have graduated from a historically black college or university. And then if she becomes president, she will be the first president to be a member of a Divine Nine sorority or fraternity.
There's the missing piece.
Yes. And so none of these can Michelle O check the boxes of. Then if she is the first Democrat president, vice president nominee, she is, from any Western state. So to be VP and then, to be the vice presidential nominee. I'm reading that all backwards. She is the first Democrat presidential and vice presidential nominee from any Western state. From California, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a weird one to promote. Yeah. We should start asking people about that. Yeah. Why are you voting for Kamala? Because she's the first Democrat president and vice presidential candidate from the state of California. Then she would be the fifth sitting vice president to be elected following a bunch of white men.
Oh gosh.
And
Well, they broke the glass ceiling.
they really did break the glass ceiling there.
Well, actually, why did men install a glass ceiling? That's what you got to think about. Why didn't we put in
To
something more
stop
durable?
people like Kamala. Yeah,
we should have
right.
put in something way more durable.
Right.
You know.
Like a dirty kitchen floor that would just keep them occupied.
Yeah, like a
all the time.
linoleum floor.
Yeah, a kitchen. It can't, it can't help themselves. She'll become did that one. If she was president, she'd be the fourth president from California. So she's just the first one who was both VP and president. And it's just, who cares? Well, why is this even a list? Then
Born in the same. Wait,
which one?
What? If elected, Harrison Waltz will be the first president and vice president pairing to be born in the same year since Abraham Lincoln and Hannibal Hamlin.
Oh, they're the same age. Yeah, people don't realize that they're the same age. Kamala and Coach Waltz.
Did you know?
Who's Hannibal Hamlin? Who the hell is that?
I'm just realizing I had no clue who Lincoln's vice president was.
I guess it was Hannibal Hamlin. Let's see. This is him. This is Hannibal Hamlin.
First term, during the first term.
Look at him. He looks like he doesn't like, but he looks like he's trying to push Lincoln into not freeing the slaves.
Yeah,
is what he
that
looks like.
a guy. That looks like a very
looks like a guy that owns
racist
a lot of slaves to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yep. Mm-hmm.
Rid of
Sure
that
does.
guy. So, yeah, I think it has more to do with the Divine Nine and all that. I think that is a major part of this storyline. I think Trump's going to win. I think they're not going to let him win. Whether they give it to Kamala or whether just chaos erupts, I don't know.
Wait. You say Trump's going to win. How do they keep him from ascending?
Well, they're doing everything like they're doing everything in Georgia. They
think he
fabricated
wins
false
and then
enthusiasm.
he
The enthusiasm's
wins,
not real.
And then they sentence him.
They put him in prison.
They put him in
But
prison.
still, technically, you can be a president and in prison. You can run in prison.
Yeah, but what they'll do if they lose, they'll take their second best option, which is we're just going to hamstring him and paralyze him for 4 years while we work on our nefarious plans.
Because he's going to be a dictator on day one.
Did you ever see? I was watching Chuck Schumer. He was standing.
Chuck Schumer.
Chuck Schumer. There's a video of Chuck Schumer. Kamala's young, and they're at a press conference. He's at a podium.
He's jerking off.
And she's acting up behind him. She's like giggling or something, and he turns around. And he's like, "Quiet!" And she does seriously, and she does this ooh, like I'm in trouble kind of funny face.
Yeah.
Then at the 9/11 memorial yesterday, he was standing next to her again.
I saw that. Yeah.
Whispering all kinds of things in her ears and stuff. And
I want to see you, Asian pussy. Indian, excuse me.
Did you ever see the Dark Crystal?
Yeah.
You know what a Skeksis is?
It's like the bad guy. It's Chuck Schumer.
It's like the bad guy. Chuck Schumer's a Skeksis.
He's yeah, he does look like one. Chuck Schumer does look like the most decrepit old man on the planet.
Yeah.
Force Mommy says, I love white men.
So do I.
Yeah. Yeah. And she says they practice magic and shit. I'm sure they do practice magic and shit. I would not like to do it myself, but I would like to see some sort of documentary where they take a black light to the walls of Congress.
My joke about Divine Nine is so bad.
What is it?
I've been calling them Skrull and Bones.
Skrull and Bones. That's not far off. Basically they are created in the model.
B-O-N-Z. Skrull and Bones.
Bones, yeah, right. And it's got a big chain on it.
Yeah. He's a 90s rapper.
Yeah. He makes guest appearances in Tales from the Crypt from time to time.
Yep. He wears a skull around his like a necklace, and he fills it up with alcohol. And
right. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. A lot of gin and juice.
Maybe it's a big bong, and he's
definitely always got a bong. It's going to be
Skrull and Bones. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
It's going to be a lot of interesting images coming from the White House, the Oval Office, which I think will be turned into a kitchen if Kamala is elected. But they will have a lot of interesting pictures of probably Doug Emhoff's Jewish friends telling Kamala what to do when she gets into office. Okay, so a couple more before we have our guests to come on. Where were we here? So Trump did tweet on True Social that there's not going to be a third debate. Whether that means there's not going to be or he's negotiating, I don't know. But unless Kamala were to agree to do the debate anywhere that wasn't completely controlled in her favor, I don't see any reason to do a debate for Trump. It doesn't make any sense, to do like another.
They should have it on MSNBC, and or they should have it on The View. Have the debate on The View.
That would be really fair. Absolutely. I'd love to see
fair.
it on The View. And Trump would just be grabbing them all by the pee and just toss them out of the way. Might as well. Even CNN, when they've been talking about it, have been admitting that the moderators were strongly favored Kamala, and they challenged what Trump said, and they didn't challenge anything that Kamala said. And instead of saying that seems like it's not really a very fair thing, they said that this was a smart strategy for Kamala. And it's like, of course, having biased moderators is a smart strategy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, copying homework off the smartest person in the room is also a smart strategy. Very smart strategy.
Yeah, and all right. So this is an interesting story. I haven't read through all of this, but I wanted to point it out because this is something that has been more prevalent lately. And we went through some of the betting odds before the debate the other day. This is from the Wall Street Journal today. Headline says election betting is going mainstream after major brokerage gets on board. Interactive brokers to launch election bets next week, taking advantage of the court ruling. Until a few days ago, election betting was banned by the federal government. Now it's set to reach millions of Americans. With a popular trading platform, Interactive Brokers plans to launch a major market where investors can bet on the outcome of the presidential election, taking advantage of a federal court ruling effectively legalizing election betting in the U.S. And I just want to point out again, everybody complains about everybody in Congress, like Nancy Pelosi, getting inside information, betting on the stock market, winning tons of money. This is the ultimate moneymaker for politicians and for the script writers of all of this stuff. I mean, you're going to cash in if you're an insider through these
you're going to
now legal betting.
This is total incentive to fix the election.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, but that's just like saying that our elections weren't fixed anyways. I mean, come on.
But some of those bets where you could bet on, which I got a few of them correct that they didn't actually have the option of betting on. But when Kamala's going to be scripted to her every word, and she absolutely was. That's how I knew some of the things she'd say, and how many of you guys did too. Then the script writers for her can go make a killing on a website that allows you to bet on what she'll say during the debate.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't they? It's crazy. So go get a job as a political script writer if you're just out of college. Try and do that. I guess would be the advice there. That'd be the career advice.
So wait a minute. So I'm not sure I understood that. Aren't people already betting on the election?
They are, but it's not. You're betting on that was a crypto site.
Gotcha.
So it's betting through technically illegal. So the website's not based in America.
Gotcha.
So this legalizes it in America. So maybe with this, you can have... So here it says in this article, the current race has led to huge surge of activity on Polymarket, which is what I showed, whose users have placed hundreds of millions of bets. Polymarket is off limits to Americans under the terms of the 2022 settlement, but they don't. You can still bet on it because crypto is... they don't know who you are, supposedly. And the other one, predictit.org, which you can bet on. I'm assuming it's something similar, which I've bet on and won a little bit of money on. But I'm expecting now you can go into Vegas or go into casino, and along with the sports boards, you're going to have gambling just like this, if I had to guess.
Man, I don't bet.
It's too...
Every time I've gone to Vegas, I give myself a set amount of money, and then that's it. I either win... or I lose and drink.
Yeah.
Or I win and drink.
Well, it's all over when you that's why they give you the free drinks and pump the air in there.
I really got into Pai Gow poker the last time I was there.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Sounds fun. You're like playing. If I remember, you're like playing multiple hands at the same time.
Yeah, you like to play a couple hands at once.
Yeah, you gotta have two-handers. You gotta have a two-hander.
You do a two-hander. Yeah, that's how you win a lot of money in Vegas. Is a couple two-handers. All right. Well. Before our guest comes on, we had talked about that story of 007 doing the movie that was just, as Nate said here about the Senate chamber unlimited butt sex.
Talking about that movie Queer?
The movie Queer, where The two actors
are
were
up for
just
anything.
like, we tried
Game for
anything. We just had so much butt sex while filming this movie, the gayest movie ever. And then they brought their wives to the premiere, or he
We're
did anyway.
GAYME for anything.
Yeah, right. And then we joked about how that's going to be thrust upon us relentlessly on
into us.
Netflix. And then the next day on Netflix, I see that a new movie that Will Ferrell is in. Can't even remember the name of it. We talked about this too, about Will and his best friend, who used to be an SNL writer, going on a cross-country trip after the guy revealed to Will that he's now a trans woman. And that's now prominent on Netflix. The marketing's everywhere. And
Get in the car. I'm a woman.
yeah, he pulls his pants down. Look at my new virgin vagina. Will's got to face those temptations
Yeah.
the entire road trip.
No, I think we can get separate beds. Why are you
No,
afraid?
we're out. We only have one bedrooms, ma'am, and sir. Yes. Sorry. Yes, every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they get pulled over by a highway patrolman and misgendered and all kinds of?
And Will gets thrown into jail, probably fighting. Yeah, and they beat her. I mean, that would be interesting to watch, but I'm not. I don't have my hopes up. But in light of that, we have this story that popped up, like Will Ferrell's boner in that documentary. I'm sure. Yesterday, is Will Ferrell is now coming out and he's denouncing many of his old roles.
What?
On SNL. Get rid of that. What's that friggin'? All right. So Will Ferrell says dressing in drag on SNL is something he wouldn't choose to do now.
I did a lot of sketch comedy in the 90s. I dressed up like a lady quite a bit. Mm-hmm. It's freeing. Got to be honest with you.
It's very freeing.
Dresses are freeing. You've worn a dress before, Brad?
No.
Okay.
I've worn a wig.
Next time, go to a thrift store. You're probably a 7.
Size 7?
Yeah, you're probably a size 7. Maybe
He's
a
like,
5.
you calling me fat?
Maybe 5. No, you're
I'm a 0.
Well, you're not a 0. Trust me, you're not a 0.
You think I'm gonna wear a 0
You're
to
not
show
a
off
0.
my figure, though?
You're not a 0.
You think I'm not
Probably
going
a
to show off
5.
my ass?
I don't want you to get raped, Brad.
Look, Ian, if I'm going to
showing
be a
off your
girl,
ass like a hot
if I'm going to
little
be a
number.
girl, I'm going to be the sluttiest bitch. I'm going to cock tease.
That's what I'm trying to save you from.
I hope they fall in love too.
But you know what infuriates me, I think, the most about this is underneath it all, what Will Ferrell is really saying is he wants to be a nice person.
Right.
And what's infuriating about all this bullshit is they are manipulating just nice people into this sort of behavior control like this. It's stupid.
It is for marketing here, too. This is totally an article for marketing. It says who appears in the movie, Will and Harper, acknowledges he has no desire to revisit drag comedy.
That's right. Because drag comedy like that depends on us recognizing that there are traditional male and female roles. Not saying that there aren't people who overlap and go into different areas and all that kind of stuff, but
Right.
that's why I think that's why they get so up in arms about traditional male roles like Doug Emhoff and these guys, because if we have to talk about traditional male roles existing, that means traditional female roles exist.
Yeah, and that's not, you never want to admit that.
And we can't talk about that.
Well, what I would like to know is if Will Ferrell, maybe that's going to be his female name, Will Ferrell. If Will Ferrell is also going to denounce folding up on himself while doing yoga and attempting to suck his own dick, like in that famous sketch, I'd like to see him denounce that as well.
Oh yeah, the snake one. Or no, that was that. I'm confusing that.
He's doing yoga, and the whole thing about it is he's trying to blow himself.
Yes.
That's the whole. I'd like to see him denounce blowing himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because why blow yourself when your best friend, who's now a female, is right there in the car with you?
Well, not only that, but there are people who are in love with themselves. That's their that's their romantic life partner. Is
That's
themselves.
true, and that's mocking them. That's mocking that self-love.
That's mocking them.
Will Ferrell doesn't mean it when he blows himself.
My goodness.
That'd be the story there. Yeah, so he was on a New York Times podcast and talks about the movie, and he says, but when it comes to the concept of drag comedy, said he wouldn't go down that road. He said, that's something I wouldn't choose to do now. And that's it. I guess that's all he said, and they made an entire freak. He said, I understand the laugh.
Scroll back up real quick. To the picture.
Yeah, there they are in the car.
So he's not presenting as a woman right now, or does he come out?
I think this is his friend presenting as a woman. I think he's a very ugly woman with a brand new virgin vagina.
Okay.
That's his main selling point to Will, I think, that you have the opportunity to be first here. You know, and if Will is it any way traditional, then maybe Will's like, so you're trying to be my trad wife? Is that what you're saying? My virgin trad wife? Is this what you want?
What is this stupid Western shirt that he was wearing?
I don't know. He looks like the gay one.
Cowboy clown, like a rodeo clown.
What do you think's in the back seat of that car? Just like dildos and ball gags and butt plugs.
Jeez, where the fuck are you two going?
I don't know. It's so dumb. I understand the laugh is a drag laugh. It's, hey, look at this guy in a dress, and that's funny. It's absolutely not funny.
Yeah,
it's absolutely a way that we should be able to live in the world. Farrell says. So listen to this. He says, however, with performers and actors, I do like a sense of play. This is an interesting question to me. Do queer people like the birdcage, or do they not?
She
wondered. So that is Will's formerly a male friend wondering that. Do people think that it's funny, or is it just hurtful? I've heard from gay men that it was funny, and I've heard from gay men that it was hurtful, which is going to be the case about anything on the planet. I'm a purple-haired woke, but I sometimes wonder if we take away the joy of playing when we take away some of the range that performers have, especially comedy performers can do. This is somebody who was a writer for SNL.
They are trying to change reality with this fucking garbage ideology, man. It's so stupid.
Look,
it's simple.
Look at the picture.
It's simple. You're not a woman. This is just your personality.
Yeah, look at those tits.
That's all this is.
Look at where his hand is. He has his hand over his brand new vagina.
Yeah.
And he's pointing at Will like he's like they're about to get in the back. Why are they in this old car when Will's rich? I don't know about this person.
Why the fuck is Will Ferrell doing this?
And why could this guy
why are
have
they in this old beat up Grand Wagoneer? This
it's like a
Grand Wagoneer.
It's like a vacation, like what Chevy Chase drove.
No, it was a station wagon, but similar wood paneling.
Could he put on a wig at least? Could she put on a wig?
So I can't wear a dress anymore and just giggle? Is that what you're telling me?
No, but I love that he or she did. She has the nails and apparently the tits.
Yeah.
But couldn't find a wig anywhere.
Giant hands.
How old is that person?
They're both in their late 50s.
That person looks like they're pushing 75 to me.
You know, I was just watching. Do you remember there was a sketch that David Spade, Adam Sandler, and Chris Farley used to do, where there were three chicks, there were three girls, there were three friends, and Chris Farley just played this big fat woman who just couldn't stop eating. Yeah, that was the whole sketch.
Right. That's if he were alive today.
Oh my God! If they put that sketch out today on TV, can you imagine how the media would react to that?
It'd be crazy.
Oh my God!
They might take all that stuff off the internet. Forrest Mommy says this person, he is so brave, or Will Ferrell's so brave for knowing a cross-dresser. Mm-hmm. It is very brave of him.
It is brave.
See, in the interview, Will said, I said to Harper, what if we went on a road trip? I went with you and we film it. I'll be kind of like your offensive lineman. Wait, what? He said, it'll be a chance for me to ask all the questions that I have, and we can examine what's changed, what's not. But I totally get if you don't want to. I think Harper finally landed on the square that, we could help people possibly. So, yeah, of course, they can help people. That's great. It's fantastic, Will. And in that same view, don't even have to go through this whole article, but it's just a question that I wondered that I might ask our guest. He's going to be on in about 2 minutes here. Is this question in this article, because they have these themes they put in the media all the time. And while all this is going on, we have this story here that questions, can a woman be a drag queen? Can a woman be a drag queen? Once the preserve of gay men, the drag scene is now filled with female performers, which Josh pointed out earlier, that isn't that just burlesque?
Hey, Brad, is my connection easing?
I can hear you.
Okay, because it seems like it's...
Are you frozen? Move your head left to right. Let me see what I see here. Yeah, if you're talking right now, Ian, I can't hear you. So pop out and pop back in. Or if I lost you, then yeah, you look like you're frozen. Looks like we lost Ian. We shouldn't have been talking about. Yeah, hard hitting article, says Stoner. The article goes on to say Chappelle Roan is suddenly famous since her breakout song came out earlier this year. Let me get this article back up here. I don't know who this person is. The pop star has been called the next big queer pop icon, the new Lady Gaga and Gen Z Madonna. Her costumes are elaborate. Her music is danceable. Her lyrics are, I don't even know that word. And perhaps most interestingly, Chappelle Roan isn't a real person. She's the drag alter ego of a 26-year-old woman from Missouri named Kaylee. Kaylee Omstrutz. That sounds like a Auschwitz name right there. Drag traditionally is the art of exaggeratedly impersonating the opposite sex, but Kaylee is a biological woman who identifies as such and her drag persona. So Chappelle Roan's a female character. There's no cross-dressing involved. So why does she call herself a drag queen? That's what I want to know. She says she became a drag project last year, and she declared herself a drag queen, and that it may have been a joke at first, but then she took it to heart, and it was very altering, and she takes that on as an identity. So this is just another fake identity that people are taking on. And it is somebody getting attention for doing nothing differently. I've talked about the first ever trans soccer player in the Olympics, which was a biologically female soccer player who identified as gender fluid, which is also trans, and who just made people call her by a different name than she was and got mad at people for, quote, misgendering her. So she was no different than every other female on the team, other than she was just a bitch to be around and a problem. And therefore, she was raised up as the first to accomplish something, when all she accomplished was making everybody around her hate her. And this seems like another thing. This woman is no different than any other woman who puts on a costume and plays a character, but who is now getting promoted for pretending to be something that she's actually not. And with that in mind, our guest has arrived. I guess we lost Ian. Somebody who probably knows pretending to be something they're not very well. Reginald V. Actor.
Hello,
my progressive
Bradley.
Friend. Hey, Reginald, how are you?
Hello. And I want to correct your misperception of what acting is. It is not us acting like something we're not. I find the truth in imaginary circumstances. I portray the truth, Bradley.
So when you say you portray the truth, isn't film fiction, or are you saying that you're in?
Okay.
Could you be a drag king?
No, Bradley.
As a male, are you a male? I don't want to misgender you.
Yes, Bradley. I am a cisgender gay male.
Okay.
Straight gay male.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. But you date trans women.
I do. I am in a relationship with a gay woman.
Yes. With a gay trans woman.
I am a gay man.
Okay.
In a relationship with a gay woman.
And the gay woman, they were born biologically male. Is this correct? So you're a gay man.
It doesn't matter if they were born you are assigned your gender.
I don't know why there hasn't been an article written about you yet, Reginald, because you are just like these people.
Well, thank you so much, Bradley. I heard you making fun a bit of Will Ferrell's new documentary.
Yeah,
which
right.
I am. Myself and all the members of my community are just excited. We're so excited.
What's your community? Is it the gay men?
The thespian, gay, straight,
The butt sex community?
cis, trans community.
Yeah, you guys, right. And everybody there's gay.
No, not everybody.
Okay.
Some people are straight who are dating a gay person, and some people are gay like myself.
Don't you get how confusing it is for people, Reginald?
It's very simple, actually. It doesn't take much, really. It doesn't take much to just use someone's pronouns, you know? I mean, all words are made up, Bradley. All words are made up.
How am I supposed to describe a group of people?
With your words?
Look at them. Look at them.
Yes.
Isn't that confusing?
No, because you would say, look at them, and they say, which one of them?
Right, because they're all them, they, thems. It must be.
That's correct. It's very simple.
Yes. Thank you for clearing that up for us, Reginald. Reginald, what's been going on with you? What are your thoughts on the political landscape, the debate, just anything that's been on your mind lately? I want you to tell
love
everybody
Kamala
your
Harris.
progressive view. Yeah.
The momentum that Kamala Harris has brought to progressives and liberals, it's amazing. She is going to get in there and she is going to create an opportunity economy, which is going to be amazing. It means everyone's going to have an opportunity to be a part of the economy. Okay.
Right. What does she mean by that, you think?
Well, like I just said, that everyone's going to have an opportunity to be a part of the economy. You know, some people are not even allowed to take part in the economy.
Who?
That
Who is not allowed?
there are all sorts of disenfranchised people in very poor neighborhoods in America that are not allowed to take part in our economy, not in any real meaningful way.
Right. Why? Why? Because they only choose DEI candidates?
I thought you brought me on for not to make you agree.
I'm not making fun of you.
Me.
I didn't agree
Remember?
to not make fun of you. No, I didn't make any such agreement. I'm not Will Ferrell. I'm not going on a road trip with you, Reginald. I am going to
great
challenge
idea.
your
What
views.
a great idea.
No, we're not going on a road trip
That's
together.
a great idea.
No, I don't want to see your new pussy.
Bradley,
Have you considered transitioning?
No, I'm not. I am not gay for men. I am gay for gay women.
Yes, of course. It makes perfect sense, Reginald. So you love what's going on with the enthusiasm and the opportunity economy, which we got no concrete definition of. And
I love that she wears Chucks.
oh, because she's so relatable. A lot of people have
Her
Chucks.
shoes, her hair. I like that.
Yeah.
And Tim Waltz, come on.
You'd
He's
love
like
to be coached by
America's
him, wouldn't you?
dad.
Right.
He's like America's father figure.
Right.
He's amazing.
You'd love to have him punish you when you were a bad boy.
Yes,
Wouldn't you?
actually I would, because you know what he would do? He would be the kind
Got an idea.
He would be the kind of dad that he would tell you to go to your room. You know, he'd be very stern. Go to your room.
Right.
Go to your room. And then you go to your room and you pout and you go to your room. But then he opens the door.
Right.
Right.
Unzips his pants.
No.
He's like America's dad. You're right. Like Bill
Bradley,
Cosby.
Stop. Listen, we do need to go on a road trip. He comes into the room, and then what he does is he sits down and he says, "Do you know why I sent you to your room?" And then you talk. And then you talk.
Right.
And talk and talk. And then then it would end with a hug and lesson learned, and then maybe some ice cream.
Maybe some ice cream. Isn't it great how he took over the ice cream, being the ice cream guy from Joe Biden?
Well, you always need someone in the White House who likes ice cream. And
I think he'd look great driving an ice cream truck.
oh, what a great idea!
Yeah, he should campaign driving in an ice cream truck.
That's a great idea.
Maybe an unmarked white van passing out candy to kids walking alone.
Okay, now you're being facetious.
He's creepy. He's a creepy guy. A lot of people see it, but people on your side of things seem to ignore the creepy factor about him jerking his kid off
your
around.
side, my
I mean,
side. Brad, there is no your side, my side. I am with normal people, and you are the weirdos.
That is a bit odd. You're using a talking point right now from Kamala's campaign. You go to these activist rallies and you get the scripted emails, don't you, Reginald?
I am a patriot, and I will not deny it.
You're a patriot for Kamala.
Is this a
Okay.
good time for me to make my big announcement?
What? You have a big announcement to make.
I have a big announcement.
Best time there could be.
As you know, I just recently, earlier this year, I completed my production of The Unaliving of a Selling Person.
That was a great, wonderful production. I heard you did really well.
Well, guess what? I have something in store for you.
Breaking news.
It's a musical.
Oh, fantastic.
It's a musical. I have Broadway investors very interested.
Really?
Extremely
You have
interested.
Broadway investors.
Broadway investors.
Okay.
Like New York Broadway investors
Okay.
are interested in this.
Yeah.
Project 2025, the musical.
No way.
Yes. Yes.
Now,
Yes.
I believe that they might be interested in Project 2025, the musical.
Project
They need to get the
2025
word
musical.
out about what's in it. What's in it? What are you going to be singing about?
Oh, we'll be singing about the fact that one of the big song is a national abortion ban.
Bugle
It's
demonstration. Sorry,
I don't want to give a little bit of
Give us a little taste.
a little bit away. Who wants an abortion? Who wants an abortion?
Me.
You can't have an abortion. You can't have an abortion. It's been banned.
No.
And there's more to it. That is just.
I feel like I could be a part of this music.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to it.
Isn't that terrible what they're doing? They're not letting trans women have abortions, and I infiltrated a group the other day. I pretended to be one of you, Reginald.
Well, that's brilliant. Here's one more song. One more song.
Go ahead, hit me with it.
There's a ballad. Okay?
Oh wow,
This is in the third act.
Okay.
Of Project 2025, where all is lost. All is lost. All is lost. The country's on fire. Haitians are burning everything.
Yeah.
Right? And
Wait a minute.
Mexicans and Haitians are burning everything. Well, this is Project 2025 musical, okay?
Okay. Okay. That's what they say would happen.
This is what they say would happen, right? Yeah. In the musical, right? Now,
Trump supporters.
Now, you have to
trans.
understand, the musical takes place where I am like America's father figure, and I am telling my son, okay, in the future, it takes place in the future. I am telling my son about a past that what happened after Project 25. Now we've evolved past that. Okay, that's where this is all.
Okay, so this is a fast forward, and you're telling.
Right.
Now, just so I get the full context, you're telling your son
the story of Project 2025.
The son that you had with
my gay wife,
a biological man who is your wife.
My wife is not a man. My wife is a woman.
Okay,
she's just gay. Now, there is a song called "It's Raining." It's raining cats and dogs, and they're eating them.
Okay, that's good. All right, let's hear some of it.
It's raining cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs, and they're eating them. And then onto the stage, I have about 50 Haitian singers and dancers that we've brought over from Haiti.
They're actual illegals in your show.
Just for
given them jobs.
Giving them jobs, black jobs, and we and guess what? We really eat cats and dogs. Now they are stunt cats and dogs, so they're trained to be eaten, but we really eat them.
PETA might have a problem with this, Reginald.
No, these are trained. They're trained and they don't feel a thing.
They're trained to not feel being eaten to death?
Yeah, we inject their hearts with a painkiller.
Yeah. Reginald, see, this is, I love the song, and I love that you...
Don't be such a weirdo.
Because I question the fact that you're eating cats and dogs. You're making
weird.
what they say is happening actually true in your musical here. We do have a question. I do have questions about your musical, by the way.
Yes.
But we have a question here that wants to know if biological women are pronouns women.
No, biological women are not pronouns.
Excuse me. I don't ask if they're biological. Okay, so excuse me. That was a comment saying that they don't ask if biological women are pronoun women because they don't want to kill the fantasy. So I thought that was a question for you. That was a comment.
Well, if you're fetishizing trans women, shame on you. Shame on you.
I'm not doing that. I know. I don't. Yeah, but some people
trans
might.
Women are more than just sex objects.
I know. I agree with that. We're on the same page there. They're not sex objects at all, judging by Will Ferrell's best friend. Reginald?
Yes.
Did that hit home?
I'm not going to comment.
Would you date Will Ferrell's best friend who's a trans
I am
woman?
into gay women.
We don't know if she's gay or straight. Could be gay. Could be a brand new vagina. Wouldn't you like that?
If we have a connection, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I am in a committed relationship, so.
What's your girlfriend, your gay girlfriend's name, Reginald?
Bobby.
Of course. Yeah. What's Bobby look like?
Oh, a woman.
How tall is Bobby?
5'9".
How much does Bobby weigh?
280 pounds.
Very, very, very woman-like there. Let me ask you this, Reginald. You obviously are aware of the cat and... I mean, you must have written this script like overnight with Trump talking about the cats and dogs in Ohio. What did you think of the debate?
Oh, I thought Kamala just trounced him, slammed him. I mean, he was out of control. She was clear and concise and talked about all of her plans in detail, and I loved it. She was, she got under his skin, let me tell you.
Wow. Yeah. You must have got the talking points from Indivisible.
Who?
Indivisible, with the activist group?
I don't. That's not a thing I'm familiar with.
I'm sure it's not, Reginald. I just want to clarify before you continue. Stoner in the comments said, no, when it comes to having relations with a woman, I'm just getting a blowjob and I don't want to know if it's a woman or a trans woman because it's just a blowjob. So, to clarify.
If he, she, it once had a dick, is what the comment says. I can read.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't read the rest of it. Thank you.
I don't want to know if he, she, it once had a dick. Well, then don't reach for a boner.
Don't reach for a boner if you don't want to find a boner. Is that the message?
That's the message.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
If you
Never
go
thought
looking
about
for
it
a
that
boner,
way.
you might find one.
Yeah, not sure if a camel toe or just an erect micropenis. What's the difference?
Okay. I'm not here to make fun of my community.
You should be, though, Reginald. You're smart,
Thank you.
talented,
Thank you.
gay.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I thought you were straight.
No, I'm a gay man in a
Oh, I get so
straight
confused.
relationship
Don't you
with
see
a
the
gay
problem
woman.
it causes, Reginald? This is why Kamala is just so... I don't think she's in charge. I think that she's a puppet. I think that they're trying to destroy American culture. I think
Okay,
they're trying to make
QAnon-
anybody...
QAnon
now I'm
Brad.
QAnon. All right, QAnon
QAnon
Brad.
Brad.
Excuse me.
Okay, I guess the storm is coming, Brad.
Maybe it is. Maybe they're going to bring back JFK Jr., whoever it is they're going to bring in when they do the pedo parade. And I hope that you're not in it.
Brad, you say you're not voting for Donald Trump, but I think you are. I think you are.
I'm not voting for any candidate.
Okay. Well, then you shouldn't even have a voice then. Take your voice away.
I can't take my voice. Is that
You
what
should
you would
only
do?
be able to have a voice if you are committed to a candidate.
No, that's not true. That's propaganda, Reginald. Here's what I say to that. This was a good joke, Reginald.
Oh my goodness. Am I in the Catskills?
Yeah, is that what happened? I don't know. That's the Jewish community, right, where everybody goes meet in the...
Yes.
Are you Jewish?
No.
Reginald,
What?
are you a tunnel Jew?
No.
All right, I didn't know. Thank you, World Records.
No.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't know. It's okay. I don't care. I'm just curious.
No, I'm
You
not.
like Doug Emhoff?
He is adorable.
Yeah.
He's adorable.
Yeah, he's like you. He's a gay man with a gay girlfriend.
I don't pick that up from Kamala.
No.
I don't
I
think-
think you might be right about that. She
I-
does
I
like
think-
the slob little knob.
Okay. Could you have a little respect for her?
That's
She's
the
going-
respectful way to say it.
She's going to be the first black Asian woman president
Indian.
with a birthday in the same month as her vice president.
That's what a great reason to vote for her, isn't it?
And that's why I'm voting for her.
That's the specific reason why.
Same year. Sorry, same year.
So why does that compel you to vote for her? Why does that make you? Because you think they're just you like the month they were born in?
Well, I think it was the same year, right?
Same year,
year.
yeah. Both 60.
I just think it's charming. You know,
You vote for charm.
truth is stranger than fiction, that kind of thing.
I'll give you that right there.
Of course I do. Of course, I vote for a feeling. You know,
Yeah. in your pants.
Kamala makes me feel like she's the really cool person who works in HR. Right?
Like Brat Summer.
You know how the HR department is like always got the coolest people working there?
Yeah, they're really super cool down there.
Yeah. She's like the cool HR person.
Yeah,
The one that you can always go to and say, I don't know why Brad keeps misgendering everybody.
Do you go to HR a lot? Do you spend a lot of time in HR?
I try to make every company I've worked for. I do a lot of office administration in the past. Every position I've ever held, the first thing I do is I bring a little gift basket to HR, and I introduce myself and I say we're going to be so close and get to know each other. And
you probably asked them not to sit you by any black people.
Why would I say that? No,
No,
that's what. If anything, I will make seating charts based on race, diversity, and I'll go to them.
Black people closest to the.
Well, what you want to do is you want to have all the black people sit together.
Yeah.
So they feel safe.
Of course.
Right. You don't want any white people sitting there.
No.
You want all the black people to feel safe.
What would the white people do to them?
Probably inadvertently be racist.
Not even
I
realizing
wouldn't
it.
because I am.
No. It's a lot of inherent racism, you're saying, just in the behavior and looks and whatnot.
Yes, I've done a lot of work. I'm, of course, anti-racist, right?
Yeah.
And I've done the work.
Yeah,
I've done the work.
Most people haven't, though.
Most people have.
You know who's done the work is Doug Emhoff.
He is someone who's done the work. You can see in their eyes.
Yeah.
You can kind of just.
Not the trans, Doug Emhoff, and people who've done the work.
What do the trans have to do anything with it?
You said they.
Right, I did say they.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the confusion.
You got me. You got me, Brad.
I'm not trying to get you. I'm just trying to say that's why there's
You
a problem.
invited me on, and you promised you wouldn't make fun of me. That you said you would take me seriously, and you said you would give me a chance.
You think I'm gay bashing you?
A little. I think you're gay banging me.
I'm not gay banging you. I'm not doing that, Reginald.
It might not be a full bash, but it's still a bang.
It's not.
You're
It's
gay
none of
bumping
that.
me. Maybe you're
Yes.
bumping.
Deegan Stoner wants to know why don't black people go on cruises for vacation? I don't
want to know the answer. I
I
really
don't know if they do or not. I don't go.
Who cares? Who cares?
I don't know, but
cares?
it's Are you doing any activism? We can
Actorvism.
Actorvism, and what does that consist of?
Well, it means that every role I take, I will add in a line of dialogue that is an activist line.
For every role. So you
change
the
what
dialogue.
I'll do. For
How
instance,
many roles have you gotten?
For instance, like recently I played an Uber driver. Okay?
Really? And what?
Yes. I played an Uber driver in a Fox TV show. I had to sign an NDA. I can't.
Really? Congratulations!
Thank you.
That's really great.
So I recently played an Uber driver, and at one point, this was totally unscripted. Okay.
You didn't tell anybody.
I didn't tell anybody I was going to do this. At one point, the line of dialogue from my scene partner, she says to me, "Oh, wait a minute, we have to turn around. I forgot something." And I look at her and I say, "We're not going back."
What were you supposed to say?
I was supposed to say, "Okay, sure, let's go get your purse."
But you just changed the entire scene by using a Kamala slogan of.
They loved it because they knew what I was doing.
They loved it.
They loved it. They loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
I usually don't like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They didn't fire you?
No. In fact, I got a pay bump.
You got a pay
because
bump.
the writers were like, "That's genius," and they wrote it in, and now I have credit.
Well, what about the purse though? What? Like it seems like the purse was important to the storyline. Did they just throw that out?
They wrote it out. They wrote it scratched out. You can take. I don't know if you realize this, but you can just scratch out lines of dialogue.
Well, yeah, but it seems like a reversal. She needs to go back and get something. Seems like it's integral to whatever was happening.
She just shows up with a purse in the next scene, and they're like, and what
they don't mention it.
No, right? And you as an audience member goes, "Oh," as an audience member, you just go, "Oh, I guess they did go back." I guess he was
Oh,
joking.
I see.
I guess he was just joking.
or like you say, I'm not going back, and then it magically poofs into the driver's side.
Right. We're not going back. Ding.
Poof, yeah, because we're not going back, and Kamala will solve all the problems so that we don't have to.
She will.
I can't wait to see this. If you could keep us updated on it, I would really love to see. This must be your first speaking role in a film or TV show.
It is. It is my first speaking role.
Yeah, yeah. How was it on set? Did you have any gay interactions on set?
Of course. What do you mean?
Gay
interaction?
sex?
No, I didn't have any gay sex.
the trailer?
I was at work.
You didn't get bashed in the trailer?
No.
No,
Never.
a
It
little bucket
was
bomb?
a friendly, safe environment.
You didn't get plugged?
No, I did not get plugged.
You didn't get a fist up there?
Okay, Brad, is this
I just wonder what you do when you have power. I think you'd probably abuse it.
when I have power?
Yeah, it seems you get a trailer, right? Did you get a trailer?
Yes.
You probably had all the extras in there, didn't you, Reginald?
When I
You
have power,
sick
I'm
freak.
benevolent. No, what I do is I say, look, I have this trailer, but I see that the crew, they do not have a trailer. And so
Right.
I lend them my trailer. I to each according to his ability.
What was the quid pro
memes and all this.
quo?
None. No quid pro quo. Just you come use my trailer. No, I don't need anything in exchange.
Yeah, you're just naked in the trailer.
No. Well, I mean, if I'm changing, they can come in there. But I look,
Of course.
in theater and film, we
Yeah.
get naked in front of each other all the time.
All the time. It's normal.
Very normal.
Yeah. Of course. Well, yeah, it's normal.
You wouldn't be able to handle it.
You don't think so?
No,
Well,
I don't think you
I was asked when I lived in Chicago. I was asked if I wanted to be in. There was this production that went on after an improv show, weekly improv show that I did, and the show that went on after us, Reginald, something you'd be very interested in. It was called Naked Boys Dancing, and they asked me to be a part of it, which I declined.
Naked boys dancing. That sounds just like a way to get guys naked and dancing.
Well, they had a whole show they did weekly.
And did you stay and watch?
No, I did not. I did not stay. and watch.
Brad. It's not going to make you gay.
Well, I wasn't interested in seeing them dance.
You know, if you have, Brad, if you were to have sex with a man, it does not mean you're gay.
It's just a man having sex with men. And that's how you get monkeypox. Do you have monkeypox?
You're so disgusting.
Do you?
No, I do not have monkeypox.
I need you to be careful, Reginald, because your whole production of Project 2025, the musical.
I'm not in an open relationship. I'm not polyamorous.
I thought, okay. All right, that's fine. No thruples?
No thruples, no. Bobby and I are in a committed relationship.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good.
When I get home and she wraps her strong arms around me, I feel safe.
Wraps her strong dick around you.
She does not have a penis.
Did she used to, though?
No.
No? I thought she did.
No, she's always been a woman.
She was born a woman.
Yeah. She was born a gay woman. Well, she was born a gay baby, and then she became
Yes.
a gay woman.
Yeah, you started as a gay baby.
Yes.
That's the argument. So, Reginald, thank you for joining. I want to give you the opportunity to give any closing messages to everybody who is watching. Today, we have a lot of viewers right now, so you can get your platform out there to promote or to advocate for whatever you want.
Yeah. I would just like to say, free Palestine.
Of course.
And I also would like to acknowledge that from where I am recording, this is sacred land that was once inhabited by the Cherokees, and the Sioux.
Okay, so you want to make a free Native American.
Yeah, and we're not going back.
Of course, not going back now. Stoner wants to know where Trump is. You know, I gave an open invite to Trump
Where that Trump dude.
to debate you. He could not be here this evening, but we're hoping to arrange a debate between Reginald and Trump sometime soon. So
No debate.
yes. So
No.
we had world record says Sir Vagina! Exclamation point. Great guest as always. I believe you're Sir Vagina, or maybe it's me. I don't know. One of us. He's at Miller's Ale House.
I'm rubber your glue. Okay?
What's that mean?
So it means that when he called me Sir Vagina, it bounced off me and it stuck to him. So now he's Sir Vagina. That's what it means.
That's a really good quip. That's what you say. when anybody comes after you, and is that
I'm rubber, your glue. Whatever
Yeah.
you say to me bounces off me, sticks to you.
you're a real bitch, Reginald.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Reginald, again, thank you for joining. We'll do it again soon. Hopefully, we
Always
get
a
Trump.
pleasure.
I
Thank you.
think Trump was scared.
Thank
honestly.
you.
Do you
Thank
want to send a
everyone.
message to Trump? By the way, because
Thank
I
you.
believe
Thank
Trump
you.
was scared to face you this evening. So deliver a message to Trump. He already won't debate Kamala. Will he debate you?
You can run, Donald Trump, but you can't hide. You're too obvious.
That's
There you
your
go.
that's
You're
your
too
message.
obvious. Yes.
That's the best you can come up with there.
That's pretty damn good. That's
You should
pretty
make some
threatening.
You should make
That's
some
pretty-
flyers with that.
pretty
You can't
threatening.
run. You can't hide. You're too obvious debating me. Like we'll put that up on telephone poles. So thank you. So hopefully Trump will hear it and we'll get you two together. Share the show, guys, with your friends if you enjoyed it.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
We'll talk to you next time. Reginald, you follow Reginald on Twitter at Reginald V Actor. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day.